Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our epic journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the 8th round of the 1966 season, the United States Grand Prix. It was held on the 2nd of October. It had 19 entries, 18 of them took part in the race with 12 ending up retiring. The race consisted of 108 laps completed in 2 hours, 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Jack Brabham started the race from pole but retired on lap 55 due to an engine failure. Clark was second on the grid, Bandini started third but retired on lap 34 because of an engine failure as well. Surtees was fourth, Graham Hill fifth but retired on lap 52 due to a broken differential, and Stewart started the race from sixth but retired on lap 53 after an engine blowout. After Brabham's retirement, Clark went into the lead and won the US Grand Prix from Rindt, who ran out of fuel on lap 107. He managed to climb up into second from 9th. Surtees climbed up one position to finish third, he was 1 lap down. Seifert climbed from 16th to 4th, he was 3 laps down. McLaren went from 11th to 5th, he was 3 laps down as well. And rounding off the top 6 was Peter Arundel, who started the race from 19th, he was 7 laps adrift. The fastest man of the race was John Surtees, who posted a time of 1 minute 9.67 seconds on lap 31. And here we are once again at the exciting Watkins Glen circuit, where a lap starts off with a very short sprint into turn 1, a fast right-hander that takes us up the hill, and into turn 2, a fast left-hander. This itself leads into turn 3, another fast right-hander, which leads onto the longest straight of the track, ending with turn 4, a fast banked right-hander. Turn 5 is next, a high-speed left-hand sweeper that leads into turn 6, a medium-speed right-hander that takes us immediately into turn 7, a medium-speed left-hander. And finally we come through turn 8, a slow right-hander that brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Watkins Glen circuit. And here we are in qualifying for the United States Grand Prix, coming around to set our first flying lap, and as always there are cars all over the start-finish straight on this track, because why the hell not. But that was a 1:08.228, which apparently puts us on pole, although that might not happen. It depends as we come around a few laps later to try and improve on that initial lap time, and we managed to post a 1:07.782. that's about 1 second faster, but that was about as much speed I was able to squeeze out of this car, so that is pretty much it for qualifying, unfortunately, but oh well. And here are the previous US Grand Prix winners. We've won the last 3 US Grand Prix, so hopefully today will go just as well. But anyway, we have Jack Brabham on pole with Jochen Rindt in second, Jim Clark third, fourth is Denny Hulme, followed by Andy Higgs in fifth, and rounding off the top 6 is Ludovico Scarfiotti. In 7th we have Ginser once again driving for Honda, followed by Ronnie Bucknam in 8th. In 9th we have Mike Parks, 10th Lorenzo Bandini, 11th Mike Spence. In 12th we have Chris Irwin, followed by Peter Arundel in 13th. 14th is Graham Hill, 15th Jackie Stewart, 16th is Chris Amon. 17th we have John Surtees, followed by John Taylor in 18th. Then in 19th we have Giacomo Ghiacchi-Russo, followed by Moses Solana in 20th. 21st is Joe Bonnier, 22nd is Joe Seifert, Bob Bondurant 23rd, Dan Gurney 24th, 25th is Giancarlo Baghetti, followed by Phil Hill in 26th. In 27th we have Chris Lawrence, 28th Bob Anderson, 29th Ines Ireland, Trevor Taylor 30th, 31st is Guy Ligier, and bringing up the rear of the driver lineup is Pedro Rodriguez in 32nd. So that is the grid lineup for today's US Grand Prix. Hopefully things will go well and smoothly, or at least that's what I would like to say, but as you will no doubt soon find out, things didn't go quite as smoothly as one might expect, but that was a fairly decent start on my end. I managed to only lose a couple of positions as we go through turn 2 and turn 3 here, but obviously the Hondas are slightly faster than my little McLaren here, so that's kind of par for the course, I guess, as we now race towards turn 4. Hopefully we can regain a couple of positions as we come into turn 4, but someone went off the track that kind of sent Bucknam into losing control of his car, and I crashed into him without, well, really wanting to, but that's, well, not what you want. But anyway, here is a replay of the start, and one of the Ferraris went off track. There he is. That's not something you'd really want to do, but hey, it's their race, their car. Who am I to tell anyone how to race their car, right? But that is it. We lost a couple of positions. Hopefully we'll be able to regain those positions, and actually I can already tell you that I will be able to regain all those positions. As we see Lorenzo Bandini, they're kind of crashing, and I think it's time to cue the music, because this is another one of those interesting videos where a lot of people retire. So yeah, without further ado, cue the music, because yeah, have fun watching this weird little thing. Although I think that this time around I'm going to kind of keep talking over everything anyway, so there's at least something I say. I have no idea how the cars are managing to drive through the Armco, by the way. And better yet, I don't understand why they try to drive through the Armco if they went into the pits, because, well, that makes about as much sense as the moon is made out of cheese or something, I don't know. And he's off the map. Yeah. I think he's going to drive off the map as well. I'm not quite sure how he got there, but I'm pretty sure he either lost control or crashed into someone, so yeah. And there goes someone else. I mean, yeah. I don't know why this is happening, but it is happening. And someone else driving into the pits just to drive back out and stop the car on the middle of the track, because that is a sensible thing to do on a live track. Because, well, yeah, why the bloody hell not? This isn't real life. This is a freaking video game after all, so I guess the same rules don't apply. I don't know. And there are quite a few people who managed to get themselves stuck on that piece of hill, on that hillside there. And even though we can't see it, there is a fence there, so there is no way for the AI to kind of drive back out. Or whatever. And that's it for Jackie Stewart as well, I guess. Let's see what else. Ooh, there's a Honda stopped in the middle of the track for no reason. At least I don't know what reason it might have, and I think we'll just find out right now. I mean, yeah, what can you expect? That makes about as much sense as, I don't know. Actually, I just said that joke, so I shouldn't do that again. It's not like it was a very good joke anyway, so yeah. This is the US Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Yep, the retirements are still going strong. And we still have more of it. I really don't understand this, why that's happening. Anywho, we now move on to lap 24. Everyone's retired. I obviously went into the lead. Not much to talk about that, as we come up on a back marker there to lap them for who knows how many times now, because there are a lot of people I've lapped a lot of times. And we now skip on to lap 29. We've lapped Ludovico Scarfiotti at some point, when I have no idea. But that is it, and here we have a replay of Dan Gurney coming into the pits for whatever reason, and he crashes into the Ferrari, loses his front right, and he is out of the US Grand Prix as well, because, well, let's add more retirements to all of that. as we now move on to lap 31. And we are obviously still in the race, pulling away from everyone. Not much to talk about that. And here is Scarfiotti coming into the pits as well. And he kind of just stops in the middle of the road there. Oh, this was actually on the same lap as the previous accident. Never mind. I just went by what the game told me. Anyway, we now move on to lap 32. Still pulling away from Scarfiotti, who at this point obviously has retired. So, yeah, whatever. I don't know. And we now have a replay of Chris Amon, who's trying to do pretty much the same thing as everyone else did, trying to drive back onto the road after going into the pits. And that's very, very dumb and weird and makes no sense, but F1 Challenge VB, ladies and gentlemen. Quality is not quite the high point of this mod. Okay, I cannot bash too much on that because there's a lot of content here, so I guess there's bound to be bugs abound around here, so whatever. And here is a replay of me coming around to set the fastest lap of the race. Obviously I was unchallenged, everyone retired, so it wasn't a big deal to try and post the fastest lap, as we now come out of the final corner to win the United States Grand Prix. Finally we managed to finish a race after Belgium. That's quite nice. And Joseph finished second, and with this we are the only ones to manage to win 2 races this season, so that's going to help us in the championship overall. But yeah, and here is the very, very long list of retirements. 30 people retired, only 2 people managed to cross the line, and one of them was like 2 laps behind anyway, so yeah. But that was the United States Grand Prix. Not a very particularly interesting race. Well, there wasn't a race there really. There was just a bunch of retirements, with Andy Hicks kind of sticking it all the way to the end. So that is that, I guess. Let's move on now. And here are the career statistics. This was Andy's 149th Grand Prix. His best start is from first, has 16 pole positions, has set 28 fastest laps. His best finishes in first, has completed 96 races, 75 of them in the points, has won 44 Grand Prix, 4 at the Indianapolis 500, 6 in Monaco, has 8 championships under his belt, has scored a total of 516 points, has retired 53 times, has experienced 3,172 out of 3,913 laps, has 7 bronze trophies, 16 silver trophies, 44 gold trophies, and as an extension 44 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. Jochen Rindt still leading the Drivers' Championship, with Andy Higgs now in second, Lorenzo Bandini third, Graham Hill and Jack Brabham fighting for fourth, John Surtees and Jim Clark fighting for sixth. The last person to score points is Jackie Stewart down in 22nd, and bringing up the bottom of the driver standings is Phil Hill down in 32nd. So those are the driver standings, and it seems that if we do well, we might still win the Drivers' Championship. If we win the Mexican Grand Prix and Jochen Rindt doesn't do too well, we could very well win the title. But I guess we'll find out once we get to Mexico. Anyway, let's move on to the Constructors now. And here we have Ferrari leading the Constructors' Championship from Cooper, who are in second, Brabham third, Bruce McLaren Motor Racing fourth, fifth Owen Racing Organization, Team Lotus sixth. The last team to score points are Team Chamaco Collect in 14th, and bringing up the bottom of the constructor standings are Iman Racing in 19th. So that was the US Grand Prix. What a weird race. Actually, again, it wasn't really a race. It was more of a crash montage with at least 2 cars managing to finish the race. Well, there were actually more people who managed to finish the race, but they were, well, a lot of laps down. So they didn't quite manage to complete 90% of race distance. But that is it for this video. Not much more to add to any of this, really. It's, weird. So, yeah. That is it. Don't forget to vote for next season's team, link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.